7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's now time for the Pony Cake Sports Podcast with your hosts, Josh Stevens, Tim Thompson, and Tom Schultz. Woo!
All right, week 5 is in the books, and we are here to talk about...
What a big fucking week!
Josh, you have an announcement, right, about what happened in Colorado?
Colorado was really fun, but no.
What happened? You just told us. You can tell the league now.
I did not tell
You
anybody
did.
else. So let's go ahead and recap this real quick. Let's recap this real quick. We have me versus Justin. Justin ends up winning this matchup 135 to 111. Yes, I would have beaten everybody else in the league, but that does not matter.
You sound like fucking Josh Schultz from last year.
I just said it does not matter because you guys play a week-to-week matchup. So even though I had a good week, doesn't matter. I still lost to Justin and his defense that scored 20-something points, which is ridiculous. But even more ridiculous, my kicker scored 21 points. So,
dude, what's with Justin and getting the defense that just blows up like the first 6 or 7 games of the year? Last year he had that with
Vikings.
Minnesota, and they had like 4 games scoring 20 points. And now he's got the Jags doing it this year. Hopefully that shit stops. But Justin has a very strong team right now, 4-1. I think he's overall first place in the league right now.
I think so, yeah.
But good job, Justin.
You know, I'm feeling pretty good with my prediction for league champion in Justin. So great win for Justin. Glad
Justin's doing pretty well. And then let's go on to the other matchup that we had going on. Let's see. We have Despacito versus Mike. So
Despacito.
Pasito, sorry.
Despacito.
I just looked at it real quick.
I'd like to take Despacito for 1,000, please, Alex.
We have Luke versus Mike. And
you
Mike,
can't give him shit for not being American ever again. You just have fucking Despacito.
Sorry.
Actually,
I looked at it real quick.
That's the most American thing you could ever say.
I looked at it real quick. Mike ends up winning this matchup with Eddie Lacy as a starter. Aaron Jones puts up a big 19 points for him. And the rest of his team doesn't really do much besides his kicker putting up 15. Luke, on the other side, Dak Prescott had a very, very good game. And Deion Lewis, he started. And he also started Austin Seferian-Jenkins and Jerron Brown. Basically, this team is made up of shit, and I think it's a terrible team. How he puts up 92 points blows my freaking mind.
Wow, just fucking... Wow.
I'm just letting you know how I feel.
Well, he had fucking 5 guys on bye.
I don't care.
To be fair, and he still almost won.
True, but I just don't get how. His team's bad.
With a bad name like Des Pack, though, it's no wonder he didn't fucking win.
You also got to think with Mike right now. He's in trouble. He's going to need to trade for another running back. Eddie Lacy's on bye this week. His best 2 guys are probably Aaron Jones and Ty Montgomery. I highly doubt he's going to start either of them. They're both going to be splitting carries, and it's just going to be a clusterfuck for Mike right now.
Yeah, what's he going to do? Did he trade for Latavius Murray?
Yes, and now it seems like he's obviously the backup behind
Jerick McKinnon.
Mike, I got some running backs, buddy. You want Buck Allen? Come get some.
Mike, me too. I'll be cheaper than Tim. Just let me know, bro.
He definitely will be cheaper. I got some high-quality shit here. You want to go to this low-end whore next to me? You go on right ahead.
Next up, we have Spencer versus Kevin, and we actually talked about this before. We talked about this before the show, me and Tim Wise. What is more impressive, Kevin being 2-3 or Jerry being 4-1?
Jerry being 4-1.
We both said Kevin.
I don't think so.
Kevin kept like 3 kickers. Kevin had the worst team by far going into the draft, going into the first game. I mean, I love this. Like, Spencer is now at a point where if he talks shit, it instantly goes the opposite way. Everything he says, like talking shit wise, fucking gets flipped and turns into gold.
Look at the rest of his team. Carson Wentz putting up 30. That's great. Talked a lot about how Carson Wentz was going to put up monster numbers. Well, if the rest of your team doesn't put up numbers, such as your number 1 running back or your number 2 running back, in Jordan Howard and DeMarco Murray and all of your wide receivers and your tight end, who I believe Charles Clay is now out for the foreseeable future, you're not looking pretty good. So I'm pretty curious to see where Spencer goes from here. On the other side of the ball, we have Kevin starting Carlos Hyde, and Tim, you did state that having Carlos Hyde, you have to be one of the most, I don't know what the word, the frustrating owner for a player, right?
I mean, you're starting Carlos Hyde against Indy, and you're like, all right, man, he's going to catch 6 balls maybe, rush 15 times for 80 yards, a couple of touchdowns maybe, 1.8 points. Jesus fucking Christ. Just abysmal. Just absolutely abysmal. You hate it. How do you... I don't even know. How do you live with that? 7 to 14 to 21 to 9 to 1. Everyone has bad games, but yikes.
We are going to move on to the next matchup, and it's Thomas the Tank Engine versus Taco Picks My Lineup.
I gave you the name. You didn't change your fucking picture. I said that was part of it. You had to change your picture.
Who are you calling?
Well,
somebody wants to be on the show. Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Jerry, you are on the show. How's it going?
I'm good.
Jerry, nice to hear from you, bud. Big win for you this last week. How you feeling?
It feels good.
You
Tom talking about some shit and all that. There's a little bit of pressure coming from Tom.
So let's talk about your match. Let's talk about your matchup. You had Deshaun Watson. He put up 38 points. Jerry, did you have a feeling all year long that Deshaun Watson would be this magical fantasy production quarterback?
I did not think he'd be this good. I knew he had weapons to do it. Just not 40 points a week or 30 points a week.
Jerry, is your end goal to have only Notre Dame and Clemson players on your team?
No. Good question.
Jerry, you made a trade you made a trade with Josh Schultz, and I just wanted to get your thinking and your rationale on it. So you went out, you traded for Lamar Miller, and you still have Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey. And then you went out and you traded for, who else? Alshon Jeffrey. And you have Kelvin Benjamin, Will Fuller, who you traded for, Kenny Galladay, who you traded for. What is your end game in all that?
He also traded for Justin Tucker.
Doesn't mean a keeper.
It might be.
Possibly.
The end game is in keepers. Just how they turn out. I mean, Jeffrey, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep him. Unless him and Carson Wentz really, connects on what they're doing.
Jerry, real quick, I want to know your trade with Spencer. You traded a kicker for O.J. Howard, and then...
No, he traded a quarterback.
No, it was Kai for O.J. Howard.
Originally, it was for Carson Wentz.
Oh, that's why... Okay. All right, I was confused because then Kai was instantly dropped. So what the fuck just happened? No picks were involved. Jerry, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate Spencer?
9.5.
What was that?
9.5.
9.5. And what does he have to do to earn that extra half?
I don't know. I have no idea.
All right, Jerry, before we let you go, I want to know, you're 4-1 right now. 1, are you going to win next week? And 2, are you going to be the winner this year of the Starfish?
Yes, on both questions.
Jerry, I have one follow-up question to that. There's a lot of questions, a lot of whispers going around the league. Your team name of, Tacos Pick My Lineup. We all know how much Alex Snap loved tacos, loves speaking about them, dancing with them, wearing taco t-shirts. Is Alex Snap the secret GM and the big part of all of your success?
No, they're Taco from the league.
Taco from the league.
Taco from the league. Interesting. All right. Well, you heard it here from the source, but the rumors are definitely swirling all around the league that you are not, in fact, running your team.
Jerry, any last things you want to say before we let you go?
No, I'm good. Just fuck you, Spencer, and good luck, Tom, on your rebuilding process.
Thank you, bud.
All right, we'll see you, Jerry.
All right. Bye.
All right, that's Jerry. Wow.
I like having these guests. You know, Spencer came on, and you know, it's funny because Spencer came on. Jerry was pissed saying that Spencer and I fought too much, and now Jerry's on. I'm sure Spencer's gonna have things to say about that.
Yeah.
And it'll be great and all. But Jerry sounds confident, man. He sounds real confident. What do you guys think? Do you think Jerry's running his own team?
I think he is. I mean, you look at it, he's starting guys that I normally wouldn't. Like Deshaun Watson, yeah, he's having some great weeks, right? But who in their right mind would have thought that this guy would have been putting up 30, 28, whatever points, 38 points this past week? That is absolutely bonkers for a guy that not a lot of people even had pegged as the starter to begin the year, which he wasn't.
I'll tell you who. Jerry McInerney did.
Yeah.
That's who.
So, I mean, and then the trade that I ended up making with Christian McCaffrey, and I just threw Will Fuller into the trade to throw him into the trade. Now Will Fuller scores a touchdown week 1 that he was able to play, scores 2 touchdowns the second week he's able to play. And it's crazy to think about that. That's the type of luck that he's having.
I want to get back to Jerry here, but so is Will Fuller or Braxton Miller having the better season then? I'm not sure.
What about Paul Perkins and Wayne Gallman? Wayne Gallman has played 2 games, and my bet against you is looking pretty good.
It's
and
early.
also, T.Y. Hilton is going to have a better year than OBJ, so I beat you in 2 bets.
Yeah,
that bet doesn't count.
let's go
How
on
does that not count?
Because we had an injury clause.
Let's go on the other side real quick, like you just talked about. Wayne Gallman, 11 carries, 57 yards, and receiving-wise, 5 catches, 25 yards. And with Shane Vereen being in the mix, Orleans Darkwa, I believe he had a touchdown this past week, and you also have Paul Perkins sucking very, very hard. Kevin, very great trade, by the way. Who's the running back to own there? You have all these running backs that are wide receivers that are now dead on the Giants. Does the boost go for Wayne Gallman, or does the boost go for Shane Vereen?
It has to be Gallman, man. It has to be Gallman. I mean, I will gladly admit when I'm wrong, and I didn't see it coming. Gallman's the guy to own by far. Shane Vereen, you know, Wayne Gallman is the better version of Paul Perkins and the better version of Shane Vereen. Like, he's the guy that the Giants need to be a running back. So it's 100% Wayne Gallman.
Evan Ingram, Tom, I think you're going to be very happy with Evan Ingram from here on out. Just for the fact that all these wide receivers are dead now on the Giants. Evan Ingram is going to get a lot of looks as that tight end. Even though he had 0 points this past week, I still think that he is going to be a very big part of that offense with no OBJ, no Brandon Marshall, Sterling Shepard possibly out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
he was doing more tests today.
Who's the other wide receiver that's out now?
I don't know.
Harris? Dwayne Harris.
Yeah,
he's
for the
out
year.
for the year.
Yeah.
So they brought up Travis Randolph. He's brought up from the practice squad onto the team. And then there's also another wide receiver that they just signed. I don't know his name off the top of my head. So Evan Ingram, I think he's the guy.
Fuck all that noise. I want to get to your and Joey's future free agent pickups. Chad Ochocinco and Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
Both demanding that the Giants sign them.
Hey, I would be fine if they signed one or both of them. I don't care. That team is already a shit show. Why not?
I'm upset that they are missing out on the team celebrations being back. You see the Vikings last night, Josh, or no?
I did. The Duck
Goose?
Yeah,
Fucking
that was
great.
fun. That was
Fantastic.
great. Next up, we have Tim versus Tommy. And Tim with the upset, dare we say, of the year so far.
Oh, come on. Upset of the year.
I think it may be. I mean, your team
Listen.
sucks. You're starting Eli Manning, Bilal Powell, and you squeak out a winner here.
Listen, let me tell you something, okay? Number one, like I told Tommy on Friday via my Facebook post, I was going to put my
Did you see
proverbial
that picture?
dog balls on his head. I'll show you the thing here, Tom, while I talk about it. Listen, you know, the reason that this happened was, number one, Tommy let it happen, and number two, the Spencer effect. Spencer texted me at like 2 o'clock and said, OBJ is so good. And nothing. He hadn't done anything, and I said, "What?" And he said no one ever. And I'm like, all right, you fucking dickhole. And actually, I'm looking here. Spencer put Spencer's Dirty 30/midlife crisis, and he literally looks like a mentally handicapped person in the picture. That's not good. You guys are laughing. Tom's shaking his head. Yes, you're not going to say it on the air because you know Spencer's listening.
You look good, Spencer.
You lying sack of shit. Anyway, so he texts me that.
I hope Meg is going. I hope he invited
She's
Meg.
engaged now, so that's probably why Spencer's having the midlife crisis. Anyways, so Spencer texts me that. Not even like 10 minutes later, 50-yard bomb to OBJ. Scores me that, and Spencer was then talking shit. Was, oh, well, thanks for sucking. All we do is both lose, and thanks for not catching me, blah, blah, blah. And then like 2 hours later, he's like, fucking Tommy, goddamn son of a bitch. Getting all pissed about it. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. Spencer's the reason it happened. I told Tommy that I was going to put my dog balls on his head, and and that's what I did. Tommy, and actually a lot of Tommy's friends seem to like this video as well, which has me question what Tommy does in his free time. But, you know, I said this is the easy part of my schedule now after having the tough Josh, Joey, Justin, who's the other person? Josh Schultz.
Yeah.
Whose team at the time was very underrated. So, you know, now's the easy part of my schedule. Move on, and I stay in the race.
Todd Gurley finally came back to Todd Gurley that remembered of last year, 3 points this game. What do you guys think of Todd Gurley for the rest of the season? He did face a tough Seattle defense. Next week he faces a tough Jacksonville defense. We'll get into that later on, but I just want to get your guys' thoughts on that because he does have Zeke, he does have Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley is my homeboy. Todd Gurley is the reason that I won this game because Todd Gurley on the 3-yard line was running in. Got the ball when he went to reach forward, knocked out of his hand. So -2 for the fumble, hit the pylon, goes the other way to Seattle. He probably would have scored there. That's an 8-point swing right there alone, plus whatever the 3 yards. So 8.3. I think I won by 8.2. So
7-3 is
7-3.
what you won
So
by.
yeah, that's the ball game right there. Todd Gurley, my man.
Gurley will be fine. Just the way they're using him. He's being used how David Johnson was used last year, how Le'Veon Bell was used. He's getting tons of touches in the reception department and carries wise, and that's what you want. He looks good out there. His first bad game of the year, and it should have been a lot better. He should have had double digit, but that fluke play, a great play by Earl Thomas is what it was.
Yep.
Tim, looks like you're making the wrong choices on the running back front. You have Jay Ajayi, you have Bilal Powell,
So, hold
you
on.
have Isaiah Crowell, you have Buck Allen, and Alvin Kamara, but you've been picking the wrong one over and over again. Regardless, it did not cost you the matchup.
I wanna stop here. Number one, before I dropped the A bomb on the original group me, you were talking some shit about how I tinkered. Well, yes, I tinkered. I obviously tinkered. I was making changes and picking up free agents 5 minutes before noon. Of course I was tinkering. I told Tom the night before, I fucking hate my team. Fuck fantasy football. None of this makes any goddamn sense. But with that, you win some, you lose some. Listen, I'm not going to fault my tinkering because that week that I lost to Justin, I played Andy Dalton, who I picked up 2 minutes before game time. I shouldn't have even been close in that game, and I lost by 8. It is what it is. Last week, you mentioned the running back issues. Yeah, they are some issues. They're frustrating. That's what happens when you have Mike Agent would love to have my problems.
He would.
Right now. There's a lot of people. Josh Schultz would love to actually fill the full roster.
I think you should be looking at Mike Agent to trade him Isaiah Crowell sometime in the near future.
Him and I have been in preliminary discussions. We continue to we bring it up and then we table it.
Or what you should say is, no, Mike, I'm not going to trade you anything. Good luck. Pick somebody up off the waivers.
Why? I don't really care about. I don't have any ill will toward it. Like
I would.
See, but here's what you have to realize. I want someone like Mike to win the league. So, I mean, that's what right now I'm in good shape. Spencer's team sucks dick. Tom's team 0-5. I only have to worry about Joey right now. If I get the confirmation that David Johnson's dead and I have some more of Joey's players could get hurt, that's $50 for me right off the top. Then I finish above Spencer. My league fees are almost paid for instantly from Spencer Camp. It's a win-win.
True.
So that's why I'm looking to make sure that the rest of the league, you might see me throw a couple of bones here and there. Someone like Mike Agent. Hear that? You hear Tom saying he's going to, be cheap. I'll take care of you, Mike. Come on over.
Cameron Brate, 3 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks.
And he's on my bench now. Obviously, he's sitting behind Gronk. I drafted him, ended up dropping him for Jack Doyle for that 1 week. That did not work out well for me at all. Went back and dropped Doyle, picked Brate back up, and yeah, he's gotten me 2 touchdowns the past 2 weeks.
Last matchup of the week, we have the champions here, which is Joey versus Fire Sale has ended. Josh Schultz, who put up a huge 41.6 points.
All right, well, hold on. No one laugh, because I want to hear Spencer. I want to hear Spencer get mad. We didn't criticize Josh Schultz enough. 41, like
The best part, if you put all his bench players, 45 points with his bench. It's fucking awesome.
Like,
fucking
45
terrible.
even. 45 even.
And I expected him to have a, we said, what was it, 2 weeks ago? I said, I didn't think Josh Schultz was strong enough where if he struggled or had a bad year to go through it and hang on to all his pieces. And he has a plan, so I give him that. But I mean, yikes! No, just not good. Not good at all.
Didn't have one guy over double digits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yikes! His running, like, he only had 3 players four over 5 points.
So let me ask you guys this: we have Jerick McKinnon
No, Josh
on
Schultz
Joey's
shouldn't kill
team.
himself. No.
Jerick McKinnon on Joey's team scored 20.6 points, 16 carries, 95 yards, and a touchdown. Joey has been starting one Jonathan Stewart as of late. He has only broken 10 points once. Do we think Joey's going to be rolling with a Kareem Hunt / Jerick McKinnon starting running backs?
I hope he does. Jerick McKinnon is a better version of Christine Michael. They both suck. Everyone always has this faith in them. They'll have one big game, and then they don't do shit the rest of the year. That's what's going to continue to happen. If Joey wasn't such a Jew in fantasy, he'd probably have 4 championships. But he's a Jew. He had a chance to get Lamar Miller. He's trying to get another running back, but he's probably going to roll with Jerick McKinnon for the foreseeable future. And then he'll end up losing a couple more games.
Joey, you can have Jay Ajayi for $50.
That's a good deal.
It's not bad. That's all the matchups for this week, right?
I do want to ask real quick, Tom. How excited are you, though? Marlon Mack, our boy, finally having himself a day.
Well, the first game of the year, he had a day as well. He had
not like that, though.
Double-digit game, should have been close to 20 points, but had a touchdown call back. But, yeah, great game for him. He looks good out there, something the Colts haven't had, and I'm excited to see him get more than 10 touches in a game. He deserves it.
We're going to move on to week number 6, the matchups that we have going on. We're going to start off first. Normally, I end on my matchup. I'm going to start off with me versus Luke. And Luke has Dak Prescott, LaShawn McCoy, and Dez Bryant all on bye.
It's huge.
So that means he's going to have to start probably C.J. Anderson or Chris Thompson and Ted Ginn Jr. Oh, no, he's got Sammy Watkins, too. But he's starting Jerron Brown and Deshaun Jackson. So, regardless, I have 3 waiver claims in, all for quarterbacks, and I hope I get every single one.
We talked prior. Luke's pretty fucked because the first 2 waiver claims are obviously Josh Schultz and Tom, I believe.
Jerry's getting mine.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Been traded already. He's
Gotcha.
getting Alex Smith.
Okay, so there's a quarterback there, kind of what we anticipated, quarterback being gone.
So really what I'm hoping for is Luke puts in a claim for one of the top 3, and I get one of the top 3, obviously, and then he forgets to put in a claim for the 4th and the 5th and the 6th one, and I pick up the 2 others, and I have
telling him that right now.
4 total. I don't care.
He ain't listening.
He ain't listening.
He's listening.
Plus, if he's listening, I'm putting this in later today, so it doesn't matter. Regardless, the best option that he's going to have is Joe Flacco or Trevor Siemian. Those are going to be his best options that he has.
You should just pick up Joe Flacco.
So, no, he's fucking garbage. But those are the best 2 options that he has.
Bears are garbage on the road.
Whatever.
Luke, pick up Joe Flacco.
So, I have some good matchups all across the board. I have 3 open bench spots. I'm adding all quarterbacks. And I'm letting you guys know right now, it's whatever. So,
Interesting.
what are you guys thinking? I'm going with myself. I have to. This is a must-win.
Yeah, you have to win this game. If you don't, you should start getting a little nervous, but you got some good matchups. And like you said, with all of Luke's troubles with the bye weeks, it's a tough week for him. You should win this game. Right now, ESPN is giving you the advantage in every spot but kicker. You should be all right.
And I feel like I should have an advantage with kicker because this guy is kicking the shit out of the ball. Game 1, 3 for 4. Game 2, 5 for 5. He's been automatic. So
Luke is cocky. He is confident, and I feel like this is a game you look at it and you're like, hey, Luke's probably gonna get railroaded by Josh's team. Not so fast. Luke delivers a heartbreaking defeat to Josh, 112 to 111.5.
if that does happen and I lose again with 100 points, I'll be very upset.
111 points again.
But yeah, so it's whatever. Although the one thing that I'm kind of like not liking is having this running back wide receiver combo twice. Doug Martin and Mike Evans and Melvin Gordon and Keenan Allen. It's kind of, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's like, at first I was like, okay, cool. I mean, the one good thing is somebody's going to have a good game. One or the other, right? But probably not both of them are going to be guaranteed for big
yeah,
plays.
I don't like
so
it.
that's the one thing where I'm kind of leaning where I'm not too fond of
You're
it.
all about the Bucks and the Chargers.
Yeah. So, very interesting. Next up, we have Spencer versus Tim.
Big time matchup here. Tim, can you set a damn lineup?
No. I can't, because I don't know what I'm going to do yet. In all honesty.
Well, Tim's not setting a lineup. Spencer desperately needs a tight end. You know, he has been in touch with me for Evan Ingram. He wants this matchup. So you might be having to face Evan Ingram this week.
That's fine. Make the bitch
So,
pay. Make the bitch pay.
I'm going to try, but I'm going to have to give the edge to you. I'm just kidding, Tim. Spencer's going to beat the shit out of Tim Thompson. Tim just gave away a sixth for Gronk. Gronk gets hurt this game. And Spencer laughs at Tim all day and puts his fantasy nuts on Tim's forehead.
Me personally, I would still probably be starting Cameron Brate over Gronk. He's coming off of an injury. We don't know how healthy he is. And if it does happen where Tom does say he does get injured in the middle of the game, it's kind of a shitty predicament. Maybe he gets 5 points and then he gets hurt and then you're kind of stuck with it. But he could also put up 15 points, what OBJ did, get hurt, and then he's done for the year.
Not so fast. Go ahead, make your prediction.
I don't know yet. I'm still
All right.
looking.
Listen, it was a thigh contusion. It happened the day before. It wasn't enough. He's had 10 days. I'm worried about Gronk's health just as much as any other Gronk owner will be. But this is a game that he's going to get out for against the New York Jets, who are pretending to be a competitive team right now. The Patriots are going to go in there and make sure that they show their dominance because they haven't had the opportunity to do that this year. The part that's being undersold is my addition of one Kirk Cousins. That's a huge addition at quarterback, playing San Francisco at home. I love it. I don't know what I'm going to do in my second running back spot yet. More than likely will be, what the fuck's the idiot's name? Buck Allen. Yeah, fucking hate him. I hate the fact that he's on my team. But with Terrence West being hurt, Spencer, go ahead. You play Alex Collins. I'll play Buck Allen, you fucking homo. You might play Jermaine Kearse. Might play Tyrell Williams. Might play, that other moron's name?
Pierre
Garçon. Listen, I'm still in the same spot. I still hate my fucking team. I don't think I'm a good team at all. But Spencer's cocky. Spencer's going to talk a lot of shit. That's fine. Listen, you got Jordan Howard on the road in Baltimore. Best of luck, sir. You got DeMarco Murray against Indy. Indy's rush defense has been a little bit better than they're given credit for. That's fine. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting week. I'm excited. I fully expect. Spencer actually has already texted me tonight. Let me see here. At 5:14, said big matchup this week. Fuck you, pussy. So that's how our relationship works.
Right now, he's starting Marcus Mariota over Carson Wentz.
And I think that's absolutely ridiculous, but that's just me. I don't
know
absurd.
where I would lean on that side, to be honest.
If Mariota's playing, I think you got to play him against Indy. Look what Hoyer just did to him.
Yeah.
Indy's pass defense has been getting fucking torched. 31st in the league, giving up fantasy points to quarterbacks. But right now, Mariota's going to be a game-time decision Monday.
And
that's what you got to be nervous about. I don't think he could play him.
And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go, who's Mariota's backup?
Castle, you don't.
Yeah, Matt Castle.
No, I'm going to do it so Spencer doesn't have anyone to play.
You should want him to play Castle. I would fucking dare him to do that.
Castle will. I'm saying
he's playing the. Well, the thing is,
if he doesn't get
Carson Wentz plays Thursday night. That's what Tim's thinking. So maybe he's gonna roll all the way till Monday because it's a Monday night game, right?
Yeah.
And then Mariota's gonna be there, and they go, Mariota's inactive, and Tim's like, ha ha ha, I have Castle. You can't even play a quarterback.
Right. If I do that,
he's playing Wentz.
No, I hope he does. He should. I want it to be. I don't want to hear. Well, I was just trying. It's fine. Listen, it's been nice not having Group Me. I don't have to hear Spencer at all. That's part of the main reason.
It's more or less political, so that's probably a good thing.
It's been a good time lately.
Good. I'm happy for you guys.
So we're gonna take a break real quick. One
Fucking
second.
break.